Joining us now is the starting guard for the University of Hawaii, Noel Coleman. Noel, thanks for joining us, and congratulations for getting 1,000 points twice in one season. Once in your career and another time for the University of Hawaii. Pretty good deal, isn't it?
Yeah, thank you for having me. It's exciting. It's a big milestone for me personally, but it's just I'm grateful for the opportunities that I've gotten here so far.
I want to ask your thoughts, Noel, about last weekend. Your team goes 1-1 and a very impressive win against Bakersfield. Obviously, a tough loss against CSUN. What was your takeaways from those two road games?
Yeah, we're right there. We had a good game in Bakersfield. We're up by 20. They fought back, but was able to secure the win. CSUN, they're having a great season so far. So that's props to them. But, that's some things that we can clean up, minor mistakes that shouldn't happen. But, it's a long season, so we got a lot of time to fix it. It's a gauntlet. We got 17 games left, so I'm looking forward to it.
Are those losses tougher? And the losses I'm talking about is CSUN and Fullerton the Saturday before, where both games, obviously right down to the end, Fullerton was an overtime loss. But are those tougher to accept when they could have gone either way down the stretch?
Yeah, of course. You always think, it's what you could have done better individually, but also as a team, especially against Fullerton, with our history. But like I said, it's a learning experience. It's a gauntlet. There's a lot of games left. Fortunately, basketball is a game of runs, so we just got to gain our momentum.
I want to ask your thoughts about your game this year. You're having a terrific season, but one of the things I've noticed is we know how good of an outside shooter you are, and you're able to take it to the basket as well. It seems like when teams really defend the outside shot, that you're able to take it into the lane and paint, and from either side, you've been pretty effective. How have you altered or adjusted your game based on how the teams are defending you?
Yeah, Coach Brad and I spent a lot of time this offseason on just finishing around the rim, finishing high off the glass, and that's what we as guards been focusing on as well in our workouts. Just being able to, throw it high off the glass because we know there is a lot of shot blockers in our league, a lot of good defenders. It's a physical league, so being able to go down there, get in the paint, and finish high off the glass outside of reach of the big man, has been a big focus point for us.
Noel Coleman for the University of Hawaii men's basketball team joining us on ESPN Honolulu, 92.7 FM and 1420 AM. You've been through this so many times in conference play, and anybody who watches the game knows how it works, where teams know each other so well, they can defend better than non-conference games for the most part. So I've talked about how you're able to get some separation and get to the basket if teams are kind of overplaying you on the perimeter. Jovan McClanahan and Juan Munoz are going through a stretch now where teams are obviously defending them really tough. How do you guys as a team try to get the guards a little bit more open space, separation? And one of the things we've seen this year for the most part is a quick ball movement around the perimeter.
Yeah, like you said, ball movement and playing through our fours and fives. It opens up them a lot. Having people key down on players like Javon. It opens up the floor for other people to perform. So, it's definitely a challenge, but that's the great thing about basketball and conference play. Everybody knows each other, so it gets even more competitive, and you have to be even better with your details. You have to be more detailed in your plays offensively. So, it's exciting.
You mentioned the forwards and the five. Justin McCoy coming over from North Carolina, before that Virginia, and of course Bernardo da Silva. He has really elevated his game this year, and you talk about how effective that helps. Their game helps you guys at the guard position. What have you seen, in, especially Bernardo da Silva, who we've seen for the last 4 or 5 years, and right now is going through a really terrific stretch of basketball? How has he elevated his game?
Yeah, I think it's just confidence and experience. I think he found his swagger. He was pretty good last year as well, but especially this year, he's shown how dominant he can be. and that's what we need from him.
Irvine is the opponent tomorrow. We were talking earlier on the show, Noel, about Russell Turner and his antics, how vocal and outgoing he is. Is there a team or a coach in the Big West that you consider maybe your biggest rival, and just your thoughts on Irvine overall?
Yeah, I think they're definitely up there for sure, just because of the history we have. I got injured over there. Coaches almost went at it over there. So I think there's definitely a fire brewing already before tomorrow's game. But it makes the game even more competitive and more fun to play. At the end of the day, it's healthy competition. Both coaches are very competitive. Both teams are very competitive. So that's all you want. That's all you ask from something like that.
What has been the big focus on practice this week as you prepare for tomorrow night with Irvine, Saturday, Riverside?
Match energy. Being able to match their energy and physicality from the jump. Once the ball tips off, it's not just matching their physicality, but exceeding it, bringing even more energy, more physicality to the game, so that we don't start on our back foot.
Well, hopefully we'll get a win tomorrow. Always, like you said, and we've been talking all week about Irvine, always a exciting, dramatic game, and we expect nothing less tomorrow. Noel, thank you so much for joining us today. Good luck tomorrow and this Saturday. We'll see you out at the Stan Sheriff Center tomorrow night.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.